Hello, this is going to be my Kurog Grimtotem kill. This was the highest non-external parse. There are two people above me that got externals, so I'm going to milk the title though, probably. I got a clear casting before my precast evocate, and then I'm opening with my, standard burn. I am going to do the extra blast during Lust that you normally do. I could have also used Nether Tempest. Actually, no, I know Tempest was fine. And I'm going to use, just using my presence of mind for movement, and then I barrage in the last global of Surge because I was already below 70% mana, so I would have to barrage anyway. And then here I have 20% base haste, so I'm actually in a bit of a pickle in regards to keeping my mana up. I don't have 2 or 4 piece, I have no tier actually, it's quite sad. And I'm just running here. Luckily I'm going to proc concentration and missiles in this with the barrage. You can see Ice Flows is kind of coming in handy here. And then here's the part where I have no mana, so I'm just going to barrage from 0, or blast from 0. Which you really want to avoid doing. I'm not sure if I already mentioned the build I'm running here. I'm running what's essentially the cleave build, except I dropped Charged Orb for impetus. So you're taking Arcane Cleave instead of, improved Arcane Missiles or Mana Adept or whatever you were taking. But you want to you don't need 2 orb charges because the cleave is so infrequent. I altered that hit, help your healers. So you only need 1 orb, and because of that you can get impetus, which is pretty high value in single target and also in AoE. So I probably could have blasted a little bit since I was at 100% mana for a couple seconds there, but it doesn't really matter. Just walking a little bit away from them. I'm going to use a bunch of missiles here, just because this is 3 target cleave now. And then I'm just back to using Arcane Blast, since the 3 target cleave is pretty inconsistent, so I'm just doing 2 target. And here, I'm just trying to get my burst off as quick as possible, because right after this intermission we're going to go into Earth, and what happens in Earth is ads spawn, and what happened last pull was my burst came up too late to hit the ads, so that's why I'm surging at 1 here and then doing an extra 2 blasts or so after surge. Doesn't matter, my surge will still last almost the entire full duration of my Touch of Magi, so. And I barrage because this guy was an execute for the last global of my Touch of Magi. That's what you could see my weak aura glowing green meant, was that I had 0.6 seconds to barrage. I did not make that, but it's included in my weak auras group. And yeah, we're just doing our single target rotation. Not really doing any deviations from the single target, really. I think, oftentimes in Lust, I often put Nether Tempest before Arcane Surge, or you use it after but before your Arcane Blast into Barrage, which is actually the normal way to use it there. So there, I Greater Invis. He does like a burst of damage when you move between phases, so burning my mana a little bit. This is where the ads spawn. You can see my cooldowns are still quite a bit away, so kind of unfortunate. I'm pretty sure they have to not touch the boss or something. I don't know. I should have started ramping my spark earlier though. So here I'm gonna surge again on a lower stack to get the cleave. And I probably should have barraged, maybe. But if I barraged at 3 stacks, that would leave you weird timings. Yeah, my Ice Flows got cancelled there. I barrage at the end of my Touch the Magi because he's an execute. And then we're back to the single target rotation. You can just channel Shifting Power right after Surge ends. Though you might want to like barrage and get rid of your orb, especially on one orb charge, so your Shifting Power can essentially give you another one back. Here I'm just double missiles because honestly I thought they were cleaving. They're not cleaving, so that's fine. I shouldn't have barrage there. I didn't need to. Classic block on 1% HP, you know, pretty valuable. Then you're just doing your single turret ramp because it's 2 people, so. That was a problem. I just taloned right there. You're supposed to use talon at the start of your Radiant Spark window. Just kind of forgot since, you know, it just changed yesterday. I did do it at the start, so. I did it when it was important, during Lust. And one of the main reasons it's important to do that is not just the fact that, you know, it can last and buff your entire Radiant Spark, but because as you can see right now, I'm ramping and I have the negative intellect buff on. Like everything I just did and everything I'm still doing until now had a negative int modifier. And that was because I used it after Surge. So you really want to be using Talon at the start of Radiant Spark. I do need to be upkeeping Nether Tempest a bit more, but I haven't really had crazy mana problems here. I haven't been frostbolting or anything, so. That was the thing I was doing on Dathia, which we have not killed. And then he's super low, so he's probably gonna die, you know, pretty fast. I did not mention whenever I did my Lust burn again, because I don't remember, but yeah, it's just gonna die here. So in summary, could have done more cleave damage on the ads and managed my barraging. I think my barraging was mostly fine, but then my trinket, that one trinket was also pretty fucked. So yeah, leave any comments, questions down below.